Welcome back. As we promised, we are going to shed more light on Rommel Museum. It's dedicated to the memory of the German Field Marshal Rommel in Marsa Matruh. And it was opened in 1977 on the initiative of the Egyptian government and with the support of the West German government by then, of course. The guest of honor was Manfred Rommel, the then Lord Mayor of Stuttgart, in the opening, and this museum was reopened after its restoration back in 2017. We are celebrating the inauguration, and we are going to shed more light on this museum and with the artifacts or the pieces which filled the rooms and the exhibition halls of this museum. To shed more light on this, we are very much delighted to have with us by phone Mr. Said Ali Taha, our historian and researcher. A very good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
And let's start immediately with Rommel and why the idea itself came to dedicate a whole museum for this German field marshal.
Good morning to all of you. And during the Second World War, Rommel found a cave that was dated back to the Greek-Roman time, and that cave was used as a kind of store to store the barley and wheat, as it is very close to the harbor that dated back to the Greek-Roman time as well. Then that used to be like a kind of operation center during the Second World War, and then became as a renowned place regarding to this war. And in 1977 was established as a museum, but was just the cave not that very well arranged, and later on a kind of restoration was passed till 2017 when the museum was reopened again, and a lot of stuff belonged to Rommel was gifted to the museum by his son Manfred. And nowadays it's a very nice museum divided. The cave it has like an arch form, and it is divided in different sections, talking all of them about Rommel himself, and one of the uniforms and maps signed with his name, also a phone, the wireless phone that used during the Second World War, and some weapons being gifted as well, and also a kind of, mega glass.
Narrating part of his life here in Egypt when he was involved into the war. I mean, if I go to visit the place, I'm going to know with the pieces shown more about Rommel's life here and how he managed to live this very critical period when he was one of the marshals or one of the commanders of World War II.
Yeah, that's right. And you need to combine with this visit another visit to a very renowned place, the cemetery. Actually, the cemetery it is in Alamein, and it is divided in different parts, named after those countries who participated in the war. Germany, Italy, France, of course,
the UK,
England, or UK, and all this mentioned there. And there is a big military museum. Of course, there is a part of Egypt as well, because Egypt was the field where that war happened, especially the Second Alamein War. Between Montgomery and the famous renowned...
And the Battle of Ghazala, for example, the Battle of Al-Alamein itself.
Yeah, that's right. And there is a small part of Greece as well, that some of the soldiers being passed during this war as well from Greece.
This would
Of course,
take us to El
yes.
Alamein as a place and how it can be a very attractive tourism destination with the Commonwealth Cemetery, with El Alamein, with the Rommel Museum, with the other parts or other traces of World War II. If you agree with me on that, and would you please elaborate?
I totally agree. And as you know, the progress and the development going on in Alamein nowadays will, let's say, reshape the area in a very good place into will be like a touristic center. Not only the museum and the also we can talk about the new development that's going on Alamein. And now we are witnessing Alamein festivals, musical festivals and theatrical festivals, that all this will attract more tourists, not only the local tourists, also foreigners. And we knew from some place close to this area, the whole area of the north coast is going to be reshaped again and going to be as a very touristic center.
Metropolitan, multilingual, I mean, and people who are going to come from all over the world to visit the places of their ancestors, that they are going to find that we kept our infrastructure, we maintain, we preserve the places, and we do have respect for this history or this part of our history, as we were witnessing the whole issue on our own land. If you want to elaborate on this too.
That's right, and of course, it is a historical place, as we know from the ancient time. Some excavation being held there, and they found a harbor or a port dated back to the Greek-Roman time, and it has its origin from the ancient pharaohs' time as well. That gives some indication that the place was used to be a very important place and a very important site since the beginning of the history. And of course, due to some, erosion, and as it is very close to the sea, just a small remains still in a good condition, and the rest had passed with the passing of time. We need more excavation to the area to find the nuclear or the origin of the history of this place. And I think nowadays the Supreme Council of Antiquities are preparing for excavation campaign will start in the area there. Of course, due to that new arrangement and to the new progress and development going to the area or going on in the area nowadays, will transform the area into attractive center, the touristic
tourism
center
hub
as
in
well.
general,
Yeah.
because of course راس الحكمة, العلمين, مرسى مطروح, all these cities were very much known with the wonderful nature, with the very transparent green to from green to blue sea. But now we are speaking about places which can have all the items together, whether it's cultural, it's entertainment, it's natural resources, you name it. How do you see this combination?
That's we call it serve for a variety desires, let's say, and it gives you a variety touristic programs from different places, and we need to gather here with this combination Siwa Oasis as well, because it's so renowned and so known, especially leisure tourism, and also the Siwa became very, very renowned place all over the world, and we have a local, airport in the area, so that we have some flight charters go direct from the
And it
foreign countries
deserves,
to
surely
the
deserve to
area
be
as well.
visited
Yes.
more than once. Mr. El Sayed Ali Taha, our historian and researcher, thank you very much for your input, sir, and have a very good day. The Museum of Rommel in El Alamein, it's really a very nice place, and there is also a bridge and a beach named after Rommel, cafes, restaurants, you name it. So El Alamein turned to be a very interesting tourism hub, and it's an open invitation to visit to the western cities of Egypt, in specific Ras Al Hikma, Matruh, Al Alamein. You are gonna really enjoy your time. By this, we come to the end of our episode. Stay